So 3a, Mishnah. Needed anabish ploni shagir es ishtoi. So we give edus that she divorced his wife and she didn't give her ketuva. Now Rashi here shagir shishta before us on Yom Ploni, and he says I didn't divorce her. Lo gerashti. I didn't divorce her. But ein chayev lo ketuva. So the Edom say that they were a megaresha before them, and he says he didn't megaresha, not chayev ketuva. They were fine zomimim beimana hayisen. Similarly, here in Rashi, we don't have them saying that the Edom say anything about the ketuva. So the Mishnah is now learning the whole din v'lo nasan la ketuva, whether today or tomorrow. Sofa liten la kesuvasa. That's not true. That he's going to give her the ketuva. It's just maybe he'll give her the ketuva, or he's still chayiv all the days of his marriage. He's chayiv the ketuva, and if he does divorce her, then he's chayiv the ketuva. But it's not sofa liten la ketuva. He still has his chiyuv on her until she dies. So oimdim kama adam ritziliten b'kesuvasa shalzu. If she's divorced or he dies, therefore she gets the ketuva. And if she dies, then the husband doesn't have to pay out the ketuva. So here the Mishnah is saying that they have to pay the ketuva, even though the Edom here, according to Rashi, it's mashman, they never said anything about the ketuva. So then we go back into what Tosfos is saying, that they can just say we came to usher her on her husband. We never came to machayiv the ketuva. So Pnei Yeshua brings this up, Perish Rashi. V'nira l'chayim Meloshin Rashi she'edim lo ha'idu beferish shalon natan la ketuva. So he's saying the Edom never said that they didn't give her a ketuva. The ikr of the edus is on the gerushin l'chud. They only gave the edus on the gerushin. They didn't give edus at all on the ketuva. Through the edus, then she can claim her ketuva. And that we have to refer that she has the ketuva, or makom she'en goisvin. Ela de lefizeh kasha li. So Pnei Yeshua says kasha li. Seemingly not everyone's asking this question. De akati amai mechoyvin edim l'shalem toivus hana kesuvasa. Why are the edim chayiv if they're mezamim to pay the ketuva? Harei cholomer shelo ba'u elela hatir l'shuk. So here again, the big question on the whole Mishnah. When he came to matter in the shuk, why are the edim paying taka the ketuva b'chlal? Sheharei Baal oimer lo gerashtia. The Baal is saying he never divorced her. But lo lahagbos kesuvaso. The heicha edim yotim shelo par lo ketuva. How did the edim know she didn't pay the ketuva? The lorainu enuraya, because we didn't see them not paying the ketuva is not proof that he didn't pay the ketuva. So therefore, this whole Mishnah, question the whole Mishnah, what's going on here? Why are you paying the ketuva b'chlal? Them came pshita dichulim loimer shein soivim shkavar paralos. You could just say, yeah, you already paid us after the gerushin. Im kain lefizeh nira de hadakatani v'lo nasan laketuva mena edimhu. So in the teretz now of the Pnei Yeshua, he's saying that made him on a bishlon shagir says ishto v'lo nasan laketuvasa is the language of the Edom. The Edom are saying this, that they didn't give her the ketuva, and therefore they're not able to, because if they don't say that, then they're never going to be chayiv in the ketuva. It's only once they say v'lo nasan laketuvasa, that's where we come and they say, so now you're chayiv in the ketuva. Shomrim bebirer shelo natan la ketuva. So how do they know for sure they didn't know that they didn't give it the ketuva? Gagon shehitna beferush, that the man made a tanai beferush b'shas gerushin she'al yipurna ele b'fneihem. So he's saying that the Edom are saying that the Baal nagarish the wife in front of them and said that we will only pay you the ketuva in front of them, and they said they never paid the ketuva in front of them. And therefore, the Edom are making this taina that they never paid the ketuva. And then in the terrace now, Pnei Yeshua was saying maybe Rashi also holds mefarish la elish kitzer b'lashoinai, and the ikar kavana is just saying the shgir shavicha biyom ploni deboim shayach ezoma dimanu hayisem kain nearly. So Pnei Yeshua said it's mashba from Rashi that there is no edus on the ketuva, and they could have said we only came to Asr al Baila, And as Teretz says, no, we have to say that they're Eidim on the ketuva because of this question. And then maybe Rashi's also means this. Now, l'chayro, Rashi here, further on, Dicholin Loimar, Anu lo hadinu ele ala ketuva. So just taking this sentence of Rashi out of context, the Chayro Rashi saying very sure that the Eidim Ataka aid on the ketuva. So they say that lo. What does this mean? That because here he's taking that you don't have to pay the next same malug because anu lo hadinu ela ala ketuva. So how is Rashi now saying the Eidim are doing this? So therefore, what Pnei Yeshua is saying in the Sefer, really have to say in the Rashi that Rashi has to, everyone has to really hold that the Eidim are being made on the ketuva, and as Pnei Yeshua is saying, "V'lo nasan la kesuvasa" is coming out of the pet of the Eidim. Otherwise, you can just say that we just came to Osir al Baila, and therefore we're not chayiv the ketuva. Therefore, the Eidim have to say "V'lo nasan la kesuvasa." So let's continue with the Toises. The second Toises comes before the previous one. Yedan abishploni shagirish ishtoi. Now the shar koises are her clothing and her food. That the husband is chayiv to pay for her the food. The three things he's chayiv in shar koises v'oina. He has to pay for her food. He has to pay for her clothing, and he has to give her conjugal rights. So Tosis is saying, so he should pay the Eidim Zomimim should pay the woman Sharkosis V'oina. Now, why would the V'oina be in brackets? What would the Maklokas here be? Because these are the three things he's chayiv to his wife. He's chayiv to feed her, to clothe her, and conjugal rights.
Because how could you kasher zamam?
No, the kasher zamam is he didn't divorce her. It's just that the while they're married, the woman gets these things from the husband, so therefore the Eidim should have to pay that to the woman.
Yeah, but what Ona has a monetary value?
So that's the chayr of the Maklokas here. So does Hana have a monetary value? So here he doesn't pay her, or she doesn't get money from him for this Oina. So therefore you should take it out because she gets a monetary value for Shor Vakoisis. It's not like the Eidim have to give her conjugal rights, but they would have to pay for her clothing and the fact that she was to get from the husband. Why he was there in the first place? I don't know. I'm not so fond of this for her, but that there's a price for a Zoina. And therefore, she should get some type of zona fee that he's benefiting from this marriage. What is it? He doesn't have to pay for a zona because he's married, and therefore he should pay. He should pay that money to her. So anyway, our Girsa has it taken out. So we'll just roll with that it's a non-monetary transaction. To have us feed leisha, so you lose. So the Eidim are making the woman lose these things, and they should pay it up. Now, seemingly everyone really has a problem with the first territory and the second territory we're all good with. But the first territory, the Mairi she ma'amad she maisi yedea shehen biad or shavan kashar kosis, and we have the same issue of the oina there. So when she's making money. Again, the husband doesn't get that money. Chazal were instituted that the husband gets any money that she makes, and then he pays for her food and he pays for other stuff. So it's only a takana, but basically she makes money and might see a dime. So today, with the feminist movement, women can actually make decent money and can make more than a man. There's various reasons why in general they don't, but especially in the Haredi communities they make more than the guy because the guy's evading the draft while she goes and works for the PhD. She goes work for some call center in American hours to pay for the Kollel family. But where the woman's making the money, she gets that money. Just usually the man needs to feed her And the woman doesn't make enough money to feed herself, so therefore Chazal mechayev the man to make sure his wife doesn't starve, and then he gets the money she makes in return for that. So like in today's society, it's not such a thing. But basically, when she gets divorced, she gets her money back. That whatever she makes, she keeps now. She doesn't pay. She doesn't get the mazona. So he's saying in this case that it's greater than than what he has to pay her. That her money is more. So she's like the owner of Osem or the CEO of Yahoo or whatever, and she's making good money, and therefore the Eidim aren't actually mechayev her anything. So it's a big ukimta that Tosfos is making. But in the first teretz of Tosfos, Taka, the Eidim have to pay for the shar koisos and oina in brackets. Now, Oidei Shlomo, Tosfos continues. Oidei Shlomo sho oimeres giresh tani. So she said giresh tani. Once she said giresh tani, v'imkein machla lebaila oiten gimel devarim. Again, you have to put the gimel in brackets because it's only two things if you put the other two in brackets. So those things. So she's machul because since once she says you divorce me, so now she says you divorce me. Now I'm claiming the ketuva. So she says you divorce me. I'm claiming the ketuva. Now she's machul. Since she's machul, so now they don't have to pay her. So that's basically Tosfos' second territory, which creates other issues. Now, I think it's Rabbi Kiveger who brings up, why is she moichel in Lebaila? She doesn't have moichel. When she says Girish Tani, like that whole thing's over. There's no moichel. There is no relationship with them anymore. This oina, you're not doing it anymore. There's no chiyav of shar and kosov. So what's this lashon of machla? Now Tosfos is having an issue here, which he's trying to get at, and the Marsha brings up what's going on here. Now, if the woman comes and says to the husband, you divorce me, she's believed. Since she says you divorce me and she's believed, so now, big obvious question, what the hell are the Eidim? So what are they doing? The Eidim didn't mechayev the Baal anything, because once the woman comes and says Girish Tani, she's believed. So Tosfos' first teretz, she never said Girish Tani, and now she says, oh yeah, she says Girish Tani. Now the Eidim's woman didn't mechayev anything. Hani mili heche deleka Eidim. So where is she believed to say Girish Tani is only where there's no Eidim. Aval heche deika Eidim lo. But where there's Eidim, then she's not believed. Because why is she believed to say Girish Tani? She's only believed to say Girish Tani because she's not going to stand. She's not going to be me'ez panav. She's not going to be so chutzpahdik to say to her husband that you divorced me when he didn't. Therefore, she has ne'emonis. But where there's Eidim, the only reason that she's chutzpah is because she has Eidim to back her up. Without there's Eidim to back her up, she's not going to say it. So therefore, it's only her plus the Eidim that make it. So it's really, she never does anything with that Girish Tani. That Girish Tani, when there's Eidim, has no ne'emonis. She's only saying Girish Tani because she wouldn't be chutzpah. And now there's Eidim, so that's the only reason why she's saying that you divorced me. And therefore, it's the Eidim who are machayim. But Kesuvas per Isha sure nid armala. So we're just gonna have a quick look at the Marsha. So we hear the Marsha at the end. Velekela kushe. You can't make the kasha. Dim kain a my mishalmin. Why the Eidim pay mechlal the hat talva le avdi di lava sudas, because without the edus klal hare ne'emonis. If there's no edus at all, she's ne'emonis. The hashta she'edu v'hozomu gam hi ena ne'emonis. So once the Eidim come, and then now they're mizamen, now they're not. Now she has no ne'emonis of Girish Tani, because you only said Girish Tani because you had the Eidim behind you, and you would never have said Girish Tani without Eidim. Now once they're mizamen, you kick the Eidim out, and now she has no ne'emonis of the Girish Tani. The Yeshlomer de ilav said to Saihu, without their aid testimony, lo havi me'iz, she wouldn't be chutzpah, lo mer Girish Tani. To me had time mekarim nahatzam deina ne'emonis heket ika Eidim. So this is all going on the stage of the Mishnah, of where we have what exactly is going on. That the Eidim are coming to say that you divorced her, and she said you divorced me, and she's claiming her ketuva, and the Eidim said you never gave her the ketuva, and she's saying pay me the ketuva. So in all those cases, you have to pay. So there, the Eidim becomes omimim, they have to pay the ketuva. So now in the Gemara we say Ketzid Shamim. How do you Shamim the Kesuva? Now Rashi Koimar mai ka machayev lahu lemesiv. The yesh liftor mi mishnasenu lishnei tzdadim. So in the Mishnah, it's mashma, you pay the whole ketuva. So since you get the whole ketuva, velo nasan la ketuva, you're going to pay the ketuva. So therefore, it's mashma in the Mishnah, you're going to pay the whole ketuva, but you don't pay the whole ketuva because you didn't make him lose the whole ketuva. So Ketzed Shamin is that we're not going to give the whole ketuva because they both have a chelek. So therefore, which one are we going to do? Amar Rav Chisda b'Baal, Rav Nasan b'Barushia, Amar b'Isha, Amar Rav Papa b'Isha u b'Kesav also. So seemingly there's three shitas here, but there's really only two. Now the big problem with this is that what we're going to say. So you have the Baal. That's the Baal's zuchus in the ketuva. Then you have the Isha. That's the Isha's zuchus in the ketuva. Now Rashi's going to say that the Baal is always going to have more than the woman for two reasons. Now we have a look at the Pnei Yeshua. Rashi and Toisus they have a long perush. L'davar echod niskavanu. So here, going to the Pnei Yeshua, they see some people saying that there's like some nafkaminas, but here Pnei Yeshua is saying basically that Toisus and Rashi are saying the same thing. So, or at least they have the same perush as their kavana, so we can interchange the two of them. So the first reason why the chelik of the husband is greater is because Yafet koch zuchuto mikoch zukuta. Why? Shehu oichel perus akarka. Because when the carcass is in his possession, he eats the fruits. So she owns a tree, and he eats the fruits. So therefore, she doesn't eat the fruits. So therefore, he eats the perus of the carcass. So since he eats the fruits, therefore he gets more than her. Velohi, and she doesn't eat the fruits. And he's holding on to the possession since he's in possession of the ketuva. So for these two reasons, that she doesn't have the ability. She still needs to. Let's say if he dies, she still needs to go collect the ketuva. But if she dies, he doesn't need to collect anything, because the way the ketuva works, let's say the ketuva is 100, then he'll have some land that is miyuchud for the ketuva of like a value of 100, and therefore it's just his land. He's just meshubed his own nesachim, and therefore if she dies, he's still holding that. He's still holding. So there's no mechusar gavani. He doesn't have to go and collect it from anyone. Therefore, his chelik is greater than her chelik. So it would be a case of like 60-40. That his chelik is 60, Tosfos gives Zechuto 60, and then if hers is 40, so then again Rashi says here, you work out her. What Adam would give for Tuvas Hanashila, what Adam would pay for her, for Ota Lo Yoshalmu. And whatever her chelik is, you don't pay, for Kol Ashar Yoshalmu. And everything else, you pay. So, therefore, it should be, if his zechut is 60, so therefore they pay him 60. If her zechut is 40, so therefore 100 minus 40 is 60, so therefore you pay 60. So, what the hell's the difference here then? So how is there a difference in the payment, whether it's the Baal or the Isha? Now here in the Ritva, he says, Zamar Rav Papa be'isha u b'kazasa, v'lefi girsazu Rav Papa lo ba lechalok ele sheba lo imer davar chadash. So this is a rule in Shas, and most people have heard of it, but I haven't really seen it written beferish, as we're going to see it here. So again, what we're going to see here is that Rav Papa says, Amar Rav Papa be'isha. So is he given a third shita, and Ritva saying no? She'im lo ken hayelanu legirus Rav Papa oimer because of us. So has to be again Rav Papa oimer. If it's Amar Rav Papa, he's coming to perush. If he says Rav Papa oimer, then he's coming to be mechadish a new shita. So ken perush Rashi the Rav Papa Amar ki shuma zu eina ela ketuva. so that we're having that it's the Isha. So again, there's only really two shitas here. We have the Baal and we have the Isha. So again, Rav Nasan Baroshia Oimer, that's a new shita, but Isha Amar Rav Papa is coming to be Megala. What does Rav Nasan say? It's Be'isha Uba Kasavasa. So if we only have the two shitas of the Baal and the Isha, but what exactly is going on here? What is the Baal and what is the woman? Now Taisus and Rashi again, they're saying the same thing, but as we're going to see that it's not going to be Alpi halacha. The halacha isn't going to be like what Rashi and Taisus are talking about. If you have a look at what Rashi's saying, so what Taisus brings it out in numbers. So, in ba limchor zechut tzveiko yiten lo halokech 50 mana. So he's saying, so we're giving the figure of 50 for his zechut. So therefore, the Baal gets a shaman rechesta b'Baal. So therefore, the Edom Zom have to pay 50. Now, v'keshehi mocheres kusavasa oile zechuto 60. But when she sells her kesuva, it comes out that his zechut is 60, because the zechut of Sveka isn't like his zechut. V'hi maschur gevayhu, and also he is also always eating the peris akarka. It's in the kesuva. V'lohi lekach koshehi moicher zechut Sveko b50 mana heisha mocher zechut Sveka le'rabal lacher b40. So Tosis is saying that really it's like a 50-50, that the Baal gets 50 and she gets 50, but because she's lacking picking up and she doesn't get the perus, therefore she only gets 40, and therefore it comes out as 60. So then we have, therefore, but Baal is 50, which is, the Baal gets 50, which is his chut. Isha is a chumrah, and she has to pay 60, because her chut is only 40, because she's lacking. Her tefisa in the kesuva isn't like his tefisa. Therefore, it's 40. You take that off, you get 60. So the Isha is higher. And Rav Papa says, but Isha, which is 60, u'b'ksuvasa. What does b'ksuvasa mean? That Rashi says that it is lo yishalmu ela adav ksava aladam alaval lo nechse malog. So this is the chiddush of Rashi that says it's not the nechse malog. Nechse malog are the assets that she brings in that he gets the paris from. So you don't pay that. You look at the kesuva, you don't pay the nechse malog. Because they didn't know about the nechse malog. Since they didn't know, lo yadanu shahayu lo nechse malog. And that's the claim of the Edom Zomim. So the Edom Zomim don't pay that. They only get paid like what's written in the kesuva, which is against the 100 or the 200, but not the paris of the nechse malog. So that's basically what here Rashi Tosis are saying. The Baal would be 60. Sorry, the Baal would be 50. Isha 60. And the halacha Isha be'u kazasa that they're paying 60 and they don't pay for the nechse malug. So the Rosh doesn't like, he brings Rashi's Peshat. He doesn't like Rashi's Peshat. And he brings his own Peshat, which is also echoed in, I think, the Rif and other Rishonim. So nearly Lefarish Mishnah Kapshuta, al derech ba ha-smucha la. So that the next Mishnah, so the next Mishnah, they say that the time on the loan is not 30 days, it's 10 years. So he says it's the same thing. Hachanami, we see how much would a man want to pay the kesuva of this, that he's chayiv to 10 immediately, that it will be in his hand as a man until she becomes a widow, or until he divorces her, or maybe he won't need to pay ever, because maybe she will die while he's alive and he will just inherit it. Bein nichse malog, bein nichse son, the whole thing in the kesuva, but Tosefah kesuva. Yeah, so Rashi doesn't include these things like the kesuva, because that's one of the main reasons he's arguing on. Kol ma'ashabola, everything they come into asiru. Boyala, kaitzit. So we're asking how we do. Bishlama baba teseifa hashuma yudaya bein shloshim. So in the next Mishnah we know it's the whole loan. We have everything. It's just a 10-year loan, a 30-year loan. But this Shuma, how are we going to do it? The Kamar of Chisda, the Shaman Baal, if he's a kid or he's old. So we look at what does it mean to do by the Baal. We're looking to see if the Baal is an old man. He's going to die soon. Is he healthy? Does he smoke? It's like an actuarial science we're going to bring into the Baal. V'kein le'ilin gerushin. If he's a captain, if he likes to divorce people, shehim, if they're having fights, he's going to divorce her, or he's a savlan. And then the chush l'mamuna. So if he cares about, he's a campson, he doesn't want to spend money, therefore he's not going to divorce her. So that's all the things. So we have like an actuarial thing on the Baal to see how much it's worth. Rav Nassan's far in the Isha. We go to the Lokech Eino, so we see if she's a if she gives birth in pain, then death is common amongst these type of people. So she's probably going to die next time she has a kid. Also, if she's a kintrinit, whatever that is, the husband isn't going to be able to soivel her. So she's a moany woman. She screams all the time. She has like that voice he just can't stand. For Rav Papas over Karav Nasan, that we go the Isha, and also in the Karka Hamiyachad Le Kasuva, if it's Idis or Ziburis, because that's how the Lekoyach Eno Umasha Pirish Rav Alfas im Kasuva Marubur Mayetet Ein Zenochun Dahinu Matnisen Kama Im Roitzenitim Kazvashin Shalzu. That's a Gedule Katana of Hilchas of Rav Papa. So everyone's holding the halachas like Rav Papa. The Rambam goes like this. So the Rif says that if it's a big one or a small one, but Rav Papa said, but the Rosh says no if it's a ziburis or if it's if it's good land or if it's bad land. So we kind of see in the Rambam here, he poskens u'mashamin tamei toivisana u'masharim be'isha uv'kazavah. So that's going like Rav Papa. If the isha is sick or she's old, or that there's peace between them, so then the ketuva isn't going to be so much. If she's a katana, if they're fighting, the kain the toivisana shal ketuva. If it's a lot, because the tuvasam ketuva a lot. So if it's ketuva elev zuz, then it's going to be sold for a lot, and if it's 100, it's only going to be sold for a little bit less. So you seem to be saying the idea of like the lottery, that people are happy to lose more money playing the lottery. They'll spend their $1 or $2 when the odds of the lottery are not good odds, but because you could win so much money, you're much happier to use those odds rather than better financial odds. If you use out of the money options, or you bet on the Giants ever winning a football game, they're better odds than winning the lottery, but you're only going to win $10 if you bet on something else. Whereas this, if you win the lottery, so then it's the tremendous amount you want to pay for. That's what comes down in the Rambam. That's really what the Rosh is saying. So again, the Baal is the Baal an old man? Is the woman a young woman? And is the Kesuva? So the Rif says it's big or small, but the Rosh says if it's Idis, or what the quality of the land for the Kesuva is. So the Ritva, it brings down the sheets of the Rif. So the Isha and the Kesuva. This is where it's bigger. When it's small, you're happy to pay more. Because so we're saying though, when it says talk about the Kesuva, that the you have more buyers with the small kesuva than a big kesuva, because the Baal isn't happy to be divorcing his woman kol kach. So if the guy has a kesuva for $1 million, he's unlikely to actually divorce her. Whereas if the kesuva is $100, so therefore he'll be happy enough. It won't stop him divorcing his wife, and therefore he'll be happier to pay it. So then he attacks here. V'achirim perish because obviously lefi hashibud shishla kesuva karpa idus or ziburis. This is how the Rambam is saying it. And the Rosh says it. The Rambam doesn't say this. Ein perish zeh nachon. He can't be talking about the idus or the kesuva. Dema chidush Rav Papa b'zeh. What's Rav Papa giving the chidush there? Pshita b'zeh b'chlal divrei Rav Chisda Rav Nasanhu. When you say that we're doing it on the Baal and the husband, and to do that's always to do with the ikr of the kesuva. When you're saying they have to pay the kesuva is based on the idus or the zaburus, and therefore when you're saying that the Baal or the woman like her zechusinis, it's always going to be according to the it's always going to be according to the quality of the land that the ketuva is on. Because if it's going to be ziburas, so therefore obviously you're going to pay less. I mean, that's just what the ketuva is. The ketuva is based on the ziburas or the itis. In Perish Rashi, nearly nochun yoiter mikulan beloshin. So basically everyone holds halach like Rav Chis and Rav Papa. Different ways to learn out exactly how we're paying it out. But there's a big machlokes in how the cheshbon plays out here.